Just a notch below what she did score in qualification though. Just a notch.
Well, let's watch Sixin now. Significantly, she's going to be attempting a vault of a much higher degree of difficulty, 5.8. So again, she needs fewer execution points in order to match the score for Lita we just watched. And that's, of course, the calculus, the equation in this fairly recent new scoring system of gymnastics.
She's got a good support system. A lot of the Singaporeans also fans of Sixin.
Nicely done. Legs together. Very slight misstep on the landing. I think that's going to set the new bar here on the vault. She gets a big hug, satisfied hug from her coach.
Sixin, while she was warming up, looked very shaky getting off the vault. Nailed it with this one. Was just kind of warming up. Sometimes you want to save the best for last.
No question about it. I remember watching Kamova in training a few days ago and missing basically every move on every apparatus. I was just a little taken aback by, wow, is there something wrong? So who knows? Maybe that's just a training technique or just a little reverse psychology. We're watching Sixin's replays. See the legs stay together. A slight misstep and also the legs coming slightly unbent.
It's the end for Sixin. Did fairly well.
Sixin is a product of the Chinese system. She's been performing gymnastics since the age of 3, which is pretty amazing. Consider most children around the world are barely going to preschool. 14.4. Her execution lower than Freelita's, but of course she benefits from the higher difficulty she will be setting her. And now we move on. We move on to the uneven bars where Sixin of China will be giving us her stuff. Sixin of China did a 14.5 on this apparatus in qualification. She'll need to do quite a bit better if she wants to compete for the gold medal tonight. Nice series of grip changes.
Very complex routine so far for Sixin.
A lot of grip changes. Nice release, she held it. More. Oh, let me see this little bobble on the hands. That's going to cause.
Also the light hesitation and
Get all the way vertical on the handstand. She's slowing down just a little bit. She's getting ready for her dismount. Another grip change. Good. You know what, there was a little mistake, and that's one of the best, that's the best we've seen so far. The question, of course, is how it will compare with what Victoria Kamova will give us. You can see the tremendous difference between that routine and the earlier ones we saw.
well, it's as if in this chalk and cheese, I'd say. So much of well technique there from Sixin. A few worries. Well, look like the change in grip. Too many of them was kind of telling on her strength. It's not that she has the vault still to go with.
Correct. And remember, in qualification, this was the only apparatus in which Tan had the top score bettered Kamova. If that continues here, Tan will overtake, obviously, both Ferlito and Susuma for the, I'm sorry, Susada for the second place. It's a tremendously interesting set of circumstances. Let's watch Tan's deep first. Wow, that's well done.
That is so solid, very confident, Sixin.
See the amplitude, graceful soft landing.
A slight wobble from her, but otherwise very sure-footed. And this is something that we didn't really see from Kamova, having to steady herself too much. Just that one slight shift on the beam.
A couple of wobbles from Tan. But a very ambitious routine with a lot of difficult elements. Another wobble. A lot of tough stuff, yeah.
That was smooth.
It certainly was.
A split forward by kicking. She's
Some pirouette, well done.
although we're running out of time, that's something that Sixin hasn't really done often.
Well done.
Nice
Nice
finish.
time. We did see some wobbles. We saw a lot of well done stuff. Tremendous difficulty. I actually think this might be a case where Kamova might end up in first place. And if Tan's score is lower than we expected, it's going to completely upset the apple cart in terms of the predictions, in terms of what happens on the floor. Why? Because in qualification, Sasada did very poorly, relatively, on the floor. The floor was by far and away her weakest apparatus. She did a 13.15 here, but we have yet to see how the athletes in the Group 1 will do on the floor.
And that could turn things around totally. We might have it goes. Very nice this one, I thought, except for that slight hop.
Yeah, I think it perhaps not quite as well done as what we saw in qualification, where Tan ended up with a 15.5. Remember that Kamova has set the high mark so far on this apparatus with a 15.25. Tan, who seems a little shaken, does not quite have the same degree of confidence or ease. 15.35, she still gets the high score on the apparatus, a little bit higher than Kamova.
15.35.
On the floor, she pretty much has the gold medal.
She's got a smile on her face.
She does. Now she
Good job for Lito.
Truly a dark horse who came out of nowhere and had a very challenging final. But now let's watch Tan on the floor.
I wouldn't put Sasada off till I see the last two performances. It ain't over till it's over.
Absolutely. So in
Sixin
qualification, she did a 13.95. But basically, I would say, let's watch this for the artistry and for the performance. As far as the overall, the positions are pretty well decided. Unless Tan has a deep disaster, which I doubt, she will end up with the silver medal and come over with the gold. What I think it really came down to for Sasada was the vault being a little bit lower than what she had in qualification. She had maintained a 14.0 as she had in the vault. The bronze medal would be hers. Of course, by the same token, Lito tremendously exceeded her points, her score in qualification. So both athletes, that's just how the system works.
Absolutely, but as we said, two performances, and Sixin slight faltering there with that step forward, double step actually. But do remember when you generate a good bit of speed, and sometimes to break that momentum of the floor is very, very difficult.
And this is absolutely a wonderful routine. It's full of artistry, it's very physical.
It's full of life.
It's full of life.
Very complex work there from Sixin.
Again, in qualification, Sixin gave us a 15.950. Let's see what she ends up giving us here in the final. The silver medal is now guaranteed to be hers.
And she's got a big smile on her face finally. Well, there's something that I've loved about Sixin that we've seen from qualification till now and right through her routine today. Always goes in for complex moves, never likes to keep it simple. She does attempt, takes the risks, does go in for a very solid and nice routine, as many moves as she can pack in as possible.
No, not just that, but she executes them so well. I mean, she's a graceful and powerful gymnast. Her landings are soft. She's really exceptional. Here's her final tumbling pass. The slight separation on the legs. As she gets ready for her little final ending routine. Sixin of China, getting congratulations from the Italian coach. Of course, he's happy, busy texting his people back home in Italy. 14.4.
14.4. She will be really excited about that. She scored 13.950 in qualification. And she's currently in rank 1. But do remember, Kamova still has to finish her floor routine.